Hello friends, so we are on the way of our Android tutorials, and in this tutorial we are going to learn another important topic, that is how to search in a list view or how to filter out values from your list view. So this is our final application. If I click on the search icon on the top and enter some value, for example nougat, the corresponding value will get filtered from your list view. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe my channel if you like my videos, because I will keep publishing videos on new topics, and don't forget to suggest me also. So let's get started. So friends, we have already opened Android Studio, and this is the project that we have created in our last tutorial. So in our last tutorial we saw how to create a custom list view. Okay, so if anybody of you have not watched my previous video, please go and check it out first and then come to this video. So let's get started. At first we will create a menu in our application. So let me show you my final output once more. So this is actually a menu. Okay, so to design this menu, first we'll click on this res folder, that is the resources folder, right click, go to new, and then Android resource file. Now set this resource type to menu. Okay, so setting this resource type to menu indicates Android that we are going to create iXML for a menu. So name your file. So let me name it as my menu. So basically we are going to create a menu XML with the name my menu, and click on OK. Now we need to design this search menu in this design window. Okay, so let me first bring a menu item to this design window. So to bring a menu item, search for menu item in the left panel, click on it, hold and drag it to your design window. So this is a menu item. Now we need to define some of the properties of this item. So to define any kind of property, you can use this right panel, and you can also use this text part to declare it manually. Okay, so let me use this design part, it will be easier for you to understand. So first click on this menu item and give it an ID. So let it be search menu. Okay, now provide a title. This is the name of your menu item, so let it be search menu name, or simply search menu. Now provide it an icon. Okay, so we are going to provide this search icon. So this search icon is already available by default in Android. Okay, so first click on this menu item, then click on the speaker resource field on the right hand side of the icon field. Okay, click on it, and now search for a search icon. So write search, and see a default icon is being shown. So click on this default icon, IC menu search. We are going to use this default icon. Click on OK. Okay, so we have created a menu item and gave it an icon. Now we need to use this show as action field. To click on it and check this always field. So see what happened. Let me zoom in. So if I set this show as action to always, then it is getting placed in this title bar. Okay, so in Android this title bar is actually known as the action bar. Okay, so if any time I talk about action bar, you should understand that I am talking about this blue section title bar. Okay, so if you want that your menu item will be placed on this action bar, you should set this show as action as always. Okay, you can set other properties too. For example, I am going to set this collapse action view too. Okay, so what is the purpose of this field? So let me open my application once more. So see, if I click on this search icon, a search bar is getting displayed, and this search bar is actually occupying the entire width of the action bar. Listen to my words once more very carefully. When I click on this search icon, a search bar is getting displayed and is actually occupying the entire width of the action bar. It is actually replacing this old action bar with the search bar. Okay. So to replace the whole action bar, you should use this collapse action view parameter. Okay. Set it and click on OK. Now the last most important property we are going to define using this text part. Okay. So the properties is actionViewClass. actionViewClass. Okay. So it will be app actionViewClass. So what is the function of this field? I am going to tell you soon. First write what I am writing. Android support v7. So while writing this, make sure that you are not misspelling any of the word. SearchView. Okay. Now what is actually the function of this actionViewClass field? So when I have provided a statement which is Android support v7 widget SearchView. So this SearchView is actually a default class in Android. Yes, it's a default class and it's available within Android support v7 widget. Okay. So when I set this actionViewClass field to this search view, it indicates that when you will click on our search item, a search view will get displayed. I repeat once more. So when I set this actionViewClass to this searchView class, then it indicates that when we click on this search menu item, a search view will get displayed. Okay. So this is all the functionality of this line. So we have created a menu item and now let's move to MainActivity.java. So open MainActivity.java and this is the project that we have created in our last tutorial. So at first make this array list items to global because we are going to use these fields in other methods, and set this list view to as global. Okay. Now we need to override one method. Okay. So we need to override one method which is onCreateOptionsMenu. So basically we are going to override this method, and the function of this method is actually to create a menu for your application. Okay. So it will be used to create a menu. So let us override it. Write onCreateOptionsMenu, select it, hit enter, and now we are going to bring the menu to our application, for which we need to first create an object of menu inflator. So to get the default menu inflator object, write get menu inflator, use the inflate method and provide the first parameter as the reference of your menu XML. So write r.menu.myMenu. So this indicates this myMenu XML. So provide it and provide the second parameter as an object of menu class. So pass this menu object as a second parameter. Okay. So basically this line is going to create our menu. Okay. So this line in details, it inflates myMenu XML and displays it in application. Okay. So it basically inflates myMenu XML and displayed it in application. So if we run the app now, simply a search icon will get displayed on this action bar, and when you will click on it, this particular search bar will appear, but nothing will happen when you just write something on it. Okay. So to implement this functionality, we need to write some further code. First of all, create an object of menu item. Provide the object name, and now use this menu object, call the find item method and provide the ID of your search menu item. Okay. So it was search ID. So let me show you once more. See, in MyMenu.xml, the ID of this search menu was search menu. It was search menu. Okay, so we are going to write search menu. Okay, so we are basically creating an object of menu item. Now we are going to create an object of SearchView. Name the object and use this menu item object to create an object of SearchView. So basically, and now typecast it to SearchView. So what is basically the function of this line? I am going to explain you in details. First of all, we have created an object of menu item for the menu that we have created in our XML. Okay, now we are using this menu item object to get its actionView class. So we are getting the object of its actionView class. So let me move to my menu XML, see, and go to the text property. We have set this actionView class to SearchView. Okay, so we have specified the SearchView class inside this field. So if we call the getActionView method, it will actually return an object to this SearchView. Okay, so as it is returning an object to this SearchView, we are going to typecast it in SearchView and store in this SearchView object or in this SearchView reference. Okay, so basically we are getting its actionView, which is an object of SearchView. Okay, so it returns the object of the class that is specified within the actionView class field. Okay, so it basically returns an object of the class that is specified within the actionView class field. Okay, now we are going to use this SearchView to implement the original functionality. So write SearchView dot set onCreateOptionsMenu and write onCreateOptionsMenu. So basically we are going to overwrite the onCreateOptionsMenu interface. Okay, so this is the interface, onCreateOptionsMenu. Select it and hit enter. Okay, now we are going to use this onCreateTextChange method. So what is the function of this method? So let me open my application once more. See, when I click on this search icon and enter a value in the search bar, for example if I write S, then for this particular input string, this onCreateTextChange method is called. Okay, so let me repeat once more, delete it. So if we click on this search icon, write a particular word. Now for this particular input string, this onCreateTextChange method is called and the input string is present in this new text method. Okay, now suppose if I write SA, then again for this particular whole string, that is SA, this onCreateTextChange method will again be called. Okay, now if I write SAN, then again for this whole string, this method will again be called. So the function of this method is it gets called with every new input string. Okay, and the input string is stored in this new text. Okay, so let me write it. So the new text will be the input string. Okay, now let us code. So first go to the inner part. Now we are going to create an ArrayList object with an type Android version and give it a name as results. So basically we are creating an ArrayList results, and now we are going to use this items ArrayList to find for occurrence of this new text. So let me code it, you will understand it better. First I am going to use a for loop to iterate over the array list. So the name of the array list was items, and now I am going to check that if any object X has a version name that matches this new text. Okay, So for this I am going to write if x.versionName that contains new text. Okay, so I am basically matching that whether any object of this items array list has a version name that matches this new text. Okay, so if it matches, we are going to add that particular object inside the results array list. Okay, so it's clear. Now we are going to use this results array list to display in our list view. Okay, so it's basically going to display that items whose version name matches this input string. Okay, so for this, first we need to get a reference to the adapter of our list view. So actually this is the adapter that we have used, my adapter. So basically we are going to get a reference to this my adapter. So to get a reference, write listview.getAdapter. So we are returning, this method is actually returning the object of my adapter that is associated with this list view. So typecast it to my adapter because we are quite confident that it will return an object of my adapter. And now use the update method and pass the results array list. Okay, now we are going to define this update method inside our my adapter class. Okay, so basically what we are doing, we are getting an object of the adapter that is associated with our list view and calling its update method to refresh the list view. Okay, now so let us go to my adapter and we are going to define a method update. So write public void update, use an array list as the parameter, results, and now we are going to initialize this items array list with this results array list. Okay, so first create a new object for items equals to new array list, create a new object of array list. Now add all the objects of this results array list to these items. So write add all and type results. Okay, so basically it is going to add all the objects of this results array list to this items array list. Now the most important part, we are going to call a method which is notify dataset changed. So this is the method, hit enter. So what is the function of this method? This method indicates Android that our list view needs to get refreshed. Okay, so it basically indicates Android that our list view needs to get refreshed and the list view gets refreshed immediately with the current array list. Okay, so basically calling this notify datasets method indicates Android that our whole list view that is using this array adapter, that is using this my adapter needs to get refreshed with the current items array list. Okay, so it will basically refresh our list view. So let's move to MainActivity.java. See that error has gone and I think all of the code is successfully completed. So to provide a summary once more, first we have created a menu. Define all of the properties of that item, set the actionViewClass as the default SearchView class, went to MainActivity.java, then we have overridden onCreateOptionsMenu method and written this line to basically create the menu in our application. And now we have fetched an object of SearchView that is associated with our menu item, and then we have called this onCreateTextListener and created an object of onCreateTextListener interface and used this onCreateTextChange method to detect for every occurrence of new input string in our search bar. Then we have filtered out results from our original array list items and stored it in this results array list, and passed this results array list to the adapter of our list view and updated the list view simultaneously. Okay, so I hope it's clear. We have basically done all the thing in this particular section, and finally we added a new method, that is update, to our myAdapter class and initialized the old items array list with all of the objects of this results array list, and then called this notify data change method. So this method actually refreshes our list view. So now let's test our application. So click on the run button, and I am going to use the virtual emulator. So if you don't have a virtual emulator, make sure you create one by clicking on this new virtual device. So now choose any of the device that is available here. For example, if you choose Pixel, click on it, click on next, choose one of the Android version that is available. So if you don't have one, you will provide it with a download button. So download it, then click on it and click on next. Okay, now click on finish. So I have already a virtual emulator, so I am going to cancel it, choose my emulator and click on OK. And now it will take some time to get installed on our emulator. So friends, this is our application. So let's test it. So it successfully contains a list view with 4 items, and let us click on this search menu item. So yeah, this is the search bar that is getting displayed. So let us type something. So yeah, it is getting filtered successfully. Okay, so let me try it. KitKat. Yeah, KitKat. Let me type as marshmallow. Okay, so marshmallow, nougat. Okay, yeah, nougat. So all this for today. Have a nice day. Thank you.